8.28. Right now we need to focus on some analysis which is done by CRISIL. Now they've said, it's quite disturbing actually, in last quarter gone by, in Q4 of FY13, revenue growth for India Inc. fell for the 5th consecutive quarter to 4.4%, and this 4.4% compares with 18% on a year-on-year basis, and as a result of that, for FY13, revenue growth has only come in at 10% versus 17.5% on a year-on-year basis. And after such a sharp fall in the quarter gone by, even in the coming quarter, in Q1 of FY14, they're expecting only a marginal growth of about 5 to 6%. So the only good part is that perhaps they say that we won't decelerate further. The growth is not going to be coming back quite strongly. Prasad Koparkar, who's done this analysis and written the report, now joins us. Prasad, thanks so much for joining us. What's your sense about the coming quarter, not just with respect to revenues, but margins and profitability, and how are you seeing this coming quarter for corporate India?
Right. I think as you said, we are seeing very marginal improvement in revenue growth. This is one of the lowest growth period that we have seen in terms of top line, and compared to last quarter, probably there is some improvement. But I think 5-6% is absolutely a low growth that we have seen. And if you really look at, this is really a nominal growth. And if you look at inflation, which is still running at 6-7%, realistically speaking, there is hardly any growth that corporate India is recording. I think the good thing, however, is that we believe that the worst in terms of revenue growth is behind us. Last quarter, as you mentioned, of 4.5% was I think the bottom. And this quarter we are seeing about 6% growth, and going forward in FY14 we see that growth will improve. As far as margins are concerned, I think over the last 3-4 quarters, despite consecutive decline in revenue growth, we have seen margins kind of holding up. So EBITDA margins have stayed in the range of about 18.5 to 19%. And we believe that even in this quarter, margins will hold pretty much flat compared to a year ago.
What about net margins though, Prasad? Do you expect, actually your graph for Q4 last year, that is, shows a somewhat of an uptick in net margins. How will the net margin picture look?
Right.
In Q1?
Yeah, I think if you look at you're right. I think if you look at Q4, we have seen some uptick in net margin. But I think that was largely driven by, below EBITDA level items in terms of other income, tax and depreciation. Okay. We believe that, however, in the current quarter, it's unlikely. I think other income is not going to be as strong as we have seen in the past. And secondly, I think interest cost continues to rise. I mean, interest cost as a percentage of EBITDA is almost up by about 50% compared to what it was close to about a year ago. So we don't see, an uptick in net margin in the current quarter at least.
Okay, actually, 2 questions from what you have told Reema and me. One, what is your full year revenue forecast? You're saying for the quarter it is 5.5, right? 5 to 6%.
Right.
Does that improve quarter on quarter from the available data? And the other point is on margins. What makes you believe that margins will remain in the 18 to 19% range, if you think so? Because now we have the added pressure of probably rupee depreciation and therefore higher imported inputs and the continuous rise in diesel prices.
Right. Yes, I think you're right. So let me first address your question on revenue growth and how do we see it panning out during the entire financial year. I think our overall forecast is that for the full year we will see revenue growth in just about early double digit, maybe 10 to 12% range, which is nothing significantly better than what we have seen in FY13, which was again about 10% as you mentioned. And I think this is also going to benefit from some improvement in macroeconomic recovery. If you see, I think what had happened in the last 1 or 2 quarters, I mean all the drivers of growth, whether it is exports, whether it is government spending, whether it is corporate investment cycle or even consumption, everything had kind of simultaneously declined. We believe some of these things will start picking up. And also I think there is a base effect. So I think as you mentioned, in the first quarter of last year, revenue growth was about 17%. In second quarter it fell to 11, then 9, and then 4.5. So as we go ahead, I think that base effect is also going to help. So full year we are expecting about slightly higher than double-digit kind of a growth.
Okay. Prasad, talking about individual sectors then, first in the auto space, at least the sales numbers which have come out over the last few months continue to point a very, very bleak picture. What's your sense? Is Q1 going to be worse than Q4, or in general, is the slowdown going to be more in FY14 compared to FY13?
I think Q1 and Q4 may not be really comparable because of seasonal issues, but yes, I think Q1 is going to be pretty bad. We are expecting negative growth almost across all the segments. I think barring tractor has surprisingly done very, very well, about 18-20% growth in the first quarter. But almost all segments, passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, both MHCV and LCV have shown sharp decline. For the full year, however, we believe that things will be a little better. We are not expecting significant growth. For example, in passenger car, we expect full year growth to be just about 1 to 2%. In commercial vehicle, MHCV, we believe that growth from last year's minus 26%, it will improve, but it is unlikely to be big positive number. It will be again just about 1-2% kind of a growth. And in LCV, we believe that compared to historical growth that we have seen of almost anywhere between 25 to 30%, we will see a growth which is much muted, but better than the other part of the CV segment.
Okay, let me put it a little more openly in terms of a question. This earnings season, will investors will be rewarded in which sectors you think, and which sectors will disappoint?
Right. I think, despite the rupee depreciation that we have seen and general expectation that some of the sectors like IT, will directly benefit. And I think it's a right expectation, because if you look at the top tier IT companies, almost 80% of revenues come from, exports. However, we believe that despite rupee depreciation that we have seen, we are unlikely to see any benefit. In fact, we are forecasting a decline in YOY margins for top tier companies, and that is driven by two things. One, we believe that wage cost which has gone up. Secondly, the operating cost and bench utilization has not really improved. So we expect no great improvement in the IT sector. I think pharma is one sector which will continue to provide positive surprises. I think despite what has happened in some of the companies like Ranbaxy and Wockhardt, we believe these are really company specific issues. And at a sector level, it will still continue to show very, very robust both top line and profitability growth.
Very quickly, in which sector?
And one sector, which if I may mention, I think one more sector is telecom. I think after many quarters of really negative surprises, we believe that the sector is kind of bottoming out, both in terms of subscriber growth, in terms of discounting and pricing pressure, and we expect that sector to start showing some improvement in profitability now.
Okay, very quickly, any sectors in which you see revenue growth lower than what they saw in the previous year?
On a full year basis?
Full year basis.
Yes, I think possibly metals will be one space, because volumes are not picking up and prices are down. If you look at both non-ferrous metals, prices are down on a year-on-year basis by about 10% internationally. Even after taking into account rupee depreciation, I think it is not really benefiting the domestic players because of very, very muted demand growth. So domestic prices are also down. Similarly, in steel, HR prices have declined from close to about $600 per ton to about $530 per ton internationally, and we believe that domestically also there will be continued pressure. So I think that is one sector where we will see some kind of a negative growth.
I don't know if you covered this in passing, but capital goods?
Capital goods, I think you're right. I mean, that is one sector which has come under severe strain. The order books have declined. For the current quarter, at least, we are forecasting a negative growth of about 2 to 5% in revenues. Full year also very unlikely that we will see anything better than flattish growth on the top line. I think hopefully the investment cycle will show some traction in the second half, but for that to translate in revenues, I think is going to some more time. I think the only wild card there is there are enough and more projects which are stuck in the execution stage, And if there is something which can happen there, I think that can provide a little early boost to the sector. But otherwise, it looks like a sector which is going to take some time.
I know, it keeps reminding me of a movie I saw long back called Is Raat Ki Subah Nahi. Okay, at least you're not sounding that bleak. Thanks a lot for joining us with all those details. Okay, so it's some preparation sectorally for what you can expect. Revenue will not be worse than the fourth quarter of last year, and margins will stabilize, but net margins may not look so good. The other income advantages of the last quarter are not going to be there. So it doesn't look like a very great quarter in terms of numbers.
You know, even Lata, I was reading a report today on